Morning boxing fans, just wanted to give you a quick update on the Billy Joe Saunders fiasco. I know you probably saw a lot of videos drop online regarding this yesterday, and I was going to do one, but the stories seem to be changing every hour or so with different teams coming out. So I just wanted to wait on it, sit on it a bit and just see what developments there were overnight. It looks like there has been a development regarding this ring issue that we've got for this weekend's fight. Now, just to sum it up in case you weren't aware, Billy Joe Saunders was under the impression, well, Team Saunders were under the impression that it would be a 24-foot ring. We're now hearing that the ring could be as small as anywhere between 16 to 18 feet, which, even though that is within the rules of a lot of these states as well as governing bodies, that is quite a small ring. Now, as far as yesterday afternoon was concerned, according to Billy Joe's dad, the fight was off, it was done. And they were getting an Uber back down to the airport to get a flight back to the UK. Since then, Billy Joe released a very quick video of himself saying that it seems to be addressed, the fight's back on. Now, it's obviously very frustrating for fight fans and baffling as well that something as important as this has still not been put in black and white days before the fight is due to take place. Now, I've seen a lot of people online saying that this is Eddie Hearn's fault and he should have been aware of this and he should have addressed this. Guys, it's not the promoter's job to make sure that the ring is a certain size in the fight. This is something that Billy Joe's managerial team as well as lawyers should have been all over like a rash. So, just been looking at this article here just to look at some more information. Now, according to the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, which oversees all the boxing in that particular state, does have specific rules that govern the fighting area. And these have been on the books, it says here, since 2006. And I quote, what it says is that rings should be square with sides not less than 16 feet or more than 24 feet inside the ropes, and the floor shall extend at least 24 inches beyond the ropes on all sides. So essentially, we've got an 8-foot parameter of what that boxing ring can be. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have seen how small a 16 feet boxing ring looks like. Guys, it's very small. Now, the 24 feet surprises me from Team Saunders because I can't even say hand on heart whether Billy Joe Saunders has ever even fought inside a 24-foot boxing ring before. So there's two elements here. If this is Billy Joe's idea of building the fight up and getting more fans abroad outside of the UK, then this is a terrible idea. We already saw this palaver last week with Team Chisora with the build up to the Parker fight. And that was some of the most embarrassing stuff I've seen in a build up where apparently, according to David Hay, the fight was saved because of Derek Chisora's mum calming him down. I mean, yeah, if you can believe that, then you can believe anything. Now, once I found this out regarding the rules with the state of Texas and what size rings they use for boxing bouts, I thought I'd just jump on to the WBO website regarding their rules for championship contests. I'm mainly looking at the WBO, obviously, because that's the title that Billy Joe holds. Now, under Section 22, under their regulations, they say, and I quote, the rings used in World Championship fights shall not measure less than 18 feet, nor more than 24 feet per side of the rope. And the floor of the ring shall extend beyond the ropes, not less than 18 inches. So again, there's not a specific size ring that needs to be used, it would seem, per weight category for a championship bout. So what we basically know is that for the Canelo and Billy Joe fight, this ring of 16 foot should never have been in question, because according to the WBO, that's not allowed for a championship bout. We know the smallest could have been 18 foot, which Team Saunders still weren't happy with, but it could have been as little as 18 foot, and they can allow up to 24 feet. Now, I'm sorry, but stuff like this is just not helping in the build-up. Now, I can imagine yesterday, bearing in mind how much DAZN have been pushing the fight this week with all their promos and their videos and their interviews, that they were panicking like you would not believe, and were probably all over Eddie Hearn, telling him to get this sorted out. And I'm not going to say I feel sorry for Eddie Hearn, but he's in a situation where he promotes both fighters. He can't be seen to be taking sides, and he's got to try and keep them both happy. So does he turn around to Canelo and say, you can't have the 18-foot ring because Billy Joe wants a 24-foot ring? I can't see Canelo agreeing to that. But then he can't be seen to annoy Billy Joe and say it's going to have to be a 16 or an 18-foot ring. I can see that they've probably met in the middle, and no doubt we're probably going to be looking at a 20-foot ring. I mean, there isn't too much Hearn can do, because he's got to be seen to be neutral. So he's got to try and appease both sides. But I can imagine that in the long run, he's probably going to want to appease Canelo, because this is the last fight that they're doing together, Canelo and Hearn. You know, unless that gets extended, and that probably will come down to how smoothly this fight goes. At the moment, Billy Joe being Billy Joe, he's causing a few hiccups behind the scenes. So look, we'll see what happens. I don't see this fight being cancelled. There is way too much money on the line and way too much at stake. We're hearing that John Ryder's been flown in as a backup at the moment, which is very interesting. But yeah, look, even if Billy Joe has a point here with this, the problem is it doesn't look good on him. And if he was to have got on the flight and come home, that would be horrendous for him from a PR point of view. So yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens from here. Any more developments before fight weekend, then I'll let you guys know. And obviously, if you enjoyed the video, click thumbs up. And if you want to be notified when I do drop another video, then click subscribe. Cheers, guys.